What's up guys, and welcome back with some more Genshin Impact, and today we are continuing the true tales of the Violet Garden, Act number 2. It says, what the blue flowers left behind. Singcho, the author of A Legend of Sword, is about to arrive in Inazuma. Should you conceal the previous loss of the books from him? So here we are. You know, the whole thing with Singcho not knowing that the book, got stolen, that's a whole mess. So we're about to get into this. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly appreciated. And hit that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading and when I'm live, you know? That way you're one of the first to actually see the content on the channel. But yeah, this should be exciting. This should be some pretty good stuff. I've been enjoying the Inazuma Festival storyline so far. So we need to head to the Rito docks according to the arrive schedule. The guests should arrive at 10 the next day. So wait until the following day, 8 through 10. Okay. So let's go to Rito, which is right over here. Okay, well, it's literally on the dock. Like, what, here? And then from there, let's crank the time. I remember how to play this game, don't worry. And then go to the following day. And what? Well, that's day after tomorrow. What is it, right? It said 8? 8 to 10, right? Something like that. So let's do this. I wonder, like, what's gonna happen with Singcho if they find out. Are they just gonna start, like, spazzing out, dude? Or, like, what's gonna be the case here? But I guess we're about to see. Here we are once again. That wave by Paimon.
You must be visiting from Liyue to participate in the Iridori Festival. We'll be your guides and we'll take you onto the island.
Lizral? Auto thing? You wanna work, please?
Paimon, or have we met somewhere before?
I think we've met them.
Yes, in fact we have. I'm Shu from Feiyun Commerce Guild. Aboard this ship we have calligraphers, painters, and even players of Theater Mechanicus. The inventor of Theater Mechanicus previously came to the Feiyun Commerce Guild seeking investment. Although the guild manager was not interested, the master still wanted to support them. We heard that they'd be demonstrating the game and letting people try Theater Mechanicus at the Iridori Festival. So the guild manager instructed Master and I to take the opportunity to come to Inazuma and investigate the product's potential.
Oh, speaking of which, where's the young master?
Good question.
Master, he's...
Seasick?
Whoa, Singcho's just sitting there, sound asleep.
Taking a nap?
What?
Or is he seasick? Did you get seasick?
It's the traveler in Paimon. I presume you are guests in Inazuma as well? It seems fate has destined our paths to cross once again.
You know, always staying busy.
Actually, guests. We're actually guides for the Iridori Festival.
Yeah, you seem a little down.
Please, no need to worry. I was a little too caught up in a novel on the voyage here. When I finally realized what time it was, the first rays of dawn were already peeking over the horizon.
Fair enough, I guess.
Now that we've arrived, the Kanjo Commission will likely wish to inspect our invitation letter. Let's keep it in hand, shall we?
Alright.
Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong?
There was a piece of paper underneath my bag. Strange. I don't recall seeing it there before.
Let Paimon have a look.
Okay. The 5 Kaizens Splendor. Aoi? Okay, it's Oi, right? Aoi, no Okina. Glorious court life was my youth, and my old age a moonlit haze. I had not wished to behave so treacherously, but my very life was threatened. So I sought out my old work, and hid them in my clothes. I do not understand the reason behind all that has happened, only that the mysterious person's motives must be perverse. This poem was dedicated to Akihiro, who to my great sorrow was banished.
There's no doubt about it. It's from the same series as the story we found before.
Yeah.
Even the handwriting.
Once they said a piece of paper, I sort of figured as much.
The story you found before?
Yes.
Yeah, in the warehouse down by the...
Listen, Paimon, I'm gonna hit you with a fly swatter. Just freaking bow. What's wrong with you? You want Singcho to know about the book that got stolen? Huh?
The poem hunt competition.
Look at Ether's face,
A
dude.
friend of ours is on Rito to paint portraits portraits of the 5 Kasen. You know, as part of the Iridori Festival. Poetic stories about the 5 Kasen have been hidden in various places nearby.
Yeah.
If you can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours, then there's a chance you'll become the model for the next portrait.
Nice save, Paimon.
So you mean that...
Oh my god, Paimon, you're so terrible at making up stories.
It's hard coming up with stuff on the spot like that.
There's a chance of meeting Calx in person?
But Singcho ate that up.
Yeah. You could say that.
Yeah, you
Really?
can meet Calx.
That's wonderful. I knew that Calx would attend the Irodori Festival, but convincing my father to let me come to Inazuma was proving to be quite the high hurdle. I had to really rack my mind to come up with the excuse of evaluating the investment value of Theater Mechanicus. Just a few days later, word then came that Calx would be busy painting portraits of the 5 Kasen during the festival. It is a most rare opportunity for both Calx and I to be in Inazuma together, but it seemed he would be too busy with the portraits to meet with me. So, I felt quite disappointed for some time now.
Don't worry, you'll get to meet Albedo.
Even though Calx has work to do, he still has time to see friends. We can take you to see him right now.
Yeah, it should be fine. I feel like Singcho and Albedo would get along anyways. Honestly. Okay.
So you've already heard. To be honest, my works have drawn little interest in Liyue. However, the novels are selling quite well in Inazuma with the help of Calx's beautiful illustrations. Calx is not only a skilled artist, but he also carries out his craft with great alacrity. I heard that it took him merely a few hours to finish the illustrations for the latest chapter. But when I looked at the art, the brushwork did not even look the slightest bit rushed. His work is truly exquisite. Oh my, I was beginning to get carried away there. Let us depart, quickly now.
Okay, if you insist. Let's get moving.
Luckily, the idea of meeting Albedo managed to draw Shincho's attention and keep the situation under wraps. Let's just hope we don't let anything slip while meeting Albedo.
Yeah, let's hope you don't talk. You're lucky Singcho believe this. Funny enough, I'm playing as Singcho right now. But yeah, no. Paimon got real lucky. Because that could have ended up way worse. She always just want to talk. Talk herself into situations that we don't need to be in. But here we are.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you? And who is this accompanying you?
The
You
homie.
must be Calx. It's a great pleasure to finally meet you. I am the author of A Legend of Sword, forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person. Please, call me Singcho.
You may call me Albedo, then.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah.
no, that would be most improper.
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides,
Fair enough, yeah.
we've already corresponded with each other many times before. In fact, I feel a bit self-conscious seeing you act so politely.
It's not just you, Albedo. We haven't seen Shincho act this awkward before either.
It's a real eye-opener, that's for sure.
You guys, it's certainly not good taste for you two to be teasing me like that. Oh, by the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition at the docks. I heard that you are collecting them.
Poem hunt?
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the 5 Kasen?
Yeah, you know what we're talking about, right, Albedo?
To be a model for one of your portraits.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Of course. You show Albedo the piece of paper found by Singcho.
I understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself. Would you kindly explain it to me in more detail?
If all of you are free, why don't we discuss this over a meal?
Sounds good.
Well, about that.
Do you have other plans, Shincho?
Damn, you trying to leave already? Where you going?
No, not at all. Speaking of dining, Shimura's unagi chasuke is quite delicious. Would you like to go there?
Sure.
Unfortunately, today is a bit windy. How about Uyu Restaurant instead?
That's perfectly fine with me. But I must first unpack my luggage. Let's meet later at Uyu Restaurant.
Alright. Sounds good.
Something didn't quite add up just now.
What?
No way! Paimon thinks we acted well together. Did we say something we weren't supposed to?
Well, you got us in the position in the
No,
first
Paimon,
place.
I'm not referring to us. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
Xingqiu was a little suspicious. I mean, Xingqiu's not completely like an idiot at the same time.
Huh?
They're pretty smart.
Suspicious? Hey, what are you two talking about?
Brain power,
you read the
Paimon.
poem,
Brain
right?
power.
Although it may seem confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Read them together? Let's see. Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Huh? Wait a minute. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword is Xingqiu himself? No way! That can't be right! Xingqiu only arrived in Inazuma this morning!
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's Chazuke?
That's a
Moreover,
good
He didn't
question.
raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good thing to pick up on. Okay, detective.
Are you saying
Okay,
that Xingqiu
Batman.
has already been in Inazuma for some time, and that he's only pretending he just arrived?
Perhaps.
Yes, that is indeed my conclusion.
But how could Xingqiu be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's
For Gotham,
no way
yes.
he'd do something against his own ideals.
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met Xingqiu in person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character. I think there must be some deeper motive at play here. The story also tells us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a threat.
Oh? Could Xingqiu be in danger?
It's difficult to say at this point. But given that Uyu Restaurant is indoors, it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there.
That's good, though,
I'll be
at
relying on your
least.
assistance to get to the bottom of this matter.
Alright, got it.
Good. Then let's head to Uyu Restaurant.
Alright, let's see what's going on at this restaurant, huh? Let's roll. Do a quick little teleport, eh? Maybe I feel like maybe I could have chose the other teleport. It's whatever, we're already right here. It does not matter that much. Take a little turn and boom. We here. You good,
I don't see
albedo?
anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment. Let's go inside and wait for Xingqiu.
Alright, we'll do.
Oh, this whole thing's starting to make Paimon a little nervous. What do we do? And what do we talk about when Xingqiu gets here?
Paimon, how about you just
First,
don't
we
talk?
must ascertain whether Xingqiu
Okay,
was already
step
in Inazuma
number
or
1.
not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, then we can use it as leverage to persuade him to tell us the truth.
True,
Since
true.
we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and see if you can learn anything useful?
Alright. I guess we'll see if we find anybody interesting in here. Any of the homies. Not really, no. The last time we were in here was with Yai, wasn't it? Hello there.
Hello there. What can I get for you?
That's so weird. I mean, I know hello there is a common thing that people will say, but it's just weird that that was the thing that he decided to say right after I said hello there.
Hi, do you have any special recommendations today?
Yeah, what you got?
Why, of course. I'd personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past 2 days, so the fishing boats haven't been able to sail at all. But the weather finally cleared up today, so we have some fresh catch.
Nice.
So the weather at sea has been bad these past few days?
It sure has. A few guests from Liyue were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way here. They couldn't do anything but sleep the entire trip.
Oh, this might be some useful information.
You don't say. Well, thank you, my kind sir.
The last phase of the Irodori Festival is when they release the all-new publications. The one I'm really looking forward to is A Legend of Sword.
That's right. A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've seen Genyu's signature before. His handwriting is super neat. He must be really diligent about his style.
You can say that again, yeah.
He'll be there in person on the day of the release, so we'll get a good look at him then. I hear that he's actually pretty young.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Shincho be signing novels at the release, but his handwriting is super neat?
Sounds a little bit suspicious, doesn't it? Albedo.
What should we talk about when Shincho gets here? Any ideas?
Obviously the meal of the day,
We'll try
duh.
to break the ice by talking about our work on novels and illustrations. If he really is hiding something, then he might feel even more nervous than we do. If we start by talking about our work creating novels, perhaps he will lower his guard.
Perhaps.
Oh, come to think of it, Shincho mentioned that he'd like to thank you for finishing the illustrations on time. He said they looked amazing despite the time you had.
Is that so? That is also a very valuable clue.
Alright, let's get it started, shall we? Singcho arrives shortly after and everyone enjoys a leisurely meal.
Inazuman cuisine largely consists of fresh seafood, which is certainly to my liking.
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't sleep well. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Shincho and see if he says anything useful.
Yeah, okay,
Let's
Paimon.
start by asking him about the journey.
Sure. Talk about his thoughts regarding the journey. Talk about the book he read during the voyage. Talk about the scenery. Yeah, how was the scenery on the journey?
To be honest, there wasn't much to see. Just water all around, morning to night. The sheer monotony of the trip caused everyone to grow a little impatient. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma, everyone crowded the deck to have a look. However, the ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we docked.
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far.
No, there was something really suspicious.
Oh, right! If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw the top of the mountain.
Right.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Shincho.
Let's talk about Albedo's illustrations.
Speaking of illustrations, Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing the illustrations in my novel. My novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding its potential. Yet you consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as though what I was trying to express could be understood after all.
Thank you. However, I took some risks in the illustrations, so I'm feeling slightly uneasy myself.
Yeah, what do you mean by risks?
Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time, I adopted a different approach in the illustration for the last chapter.
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change in the world, so I thought it very fitting to draw only scenery.
Doesn't sound like anything suspicious has come up so far.
Not yet.
There was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma. So, logically speaking, there's no way he could possibly know what the illustrations look like. Shincho, we have something very important to ask you now.
You better press him.
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden?
Singcho, what's up with the facade? Why you lying to us? That's what we want to know.
Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
You lying to us, or are we bigly mistaken?
Earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you said that everyone came running to the deck to see Mount Yogo, that couldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, the latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. If that's the case, how could you know what my illustrations look like?
Well...
Jig's up,
Well.
Shincho. You were already in Inazuma
Well,
before
what?
today, weren't you? Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth? Don't worry. The Traveler and Albedo are no pushovers. We can help you.
That's true.
No, please. You misunderstand me. I suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I didn't notice for a moment that you were testing me at all.
Yeah?
I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Let me consider how to explain this. Oh, this is most embarrassing.
Okay, what'd you do?
Oh, well,
Oh my god, here we go.
Coincidence. I didn't expect to see everyone here.
You come here to get drunk?
Tone-deaf Bard, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to taste them.
Exactly what I was
You
saying.
couldn't possibly be up to anything good.
Getting
Says
crunk.
who? In fact, I come as the bearer of good tidings.
Yeah, okay.
I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword. You needn't worry about it any longer.
What?
The criminal who stole A Legend of Sword?
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor named Onodera?
Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name. But I saw her taking someone toward Hanamizaka.
Oh boy.
Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste and rescue Onodera.
No, this is just getting worse and worse, isn't it? Wonderful. Go to the editorial house. Let's roll. Leave it to Venti, dude. But at least Venti gave us some useful information at the same time. Leave it to Venti.
Body and mind.
Always trying to get crunk, dude. Imagine your whole personality trait being getting drunk. What's cool about me? Oh, well, I mean, hey, what's cool about you? I like to drink. I mean, there's definitely people like that, that's just their thing. That's just how it goes.
Please, wait. Onodera is innocent.
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword. I didn't expect to see others tagging along with you.
Kujo Sara is always in such a mood.
I can explain everything.
Alright, let's hear it.
I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and Kuroda has testified for me.
Yes. In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, phew. What a relief.
Look at Venti, bro.
Wait a minute. Does everyone else here already know?
You saying heh?
Well, to be precise, we had dispatched 2 additional squads here, in order to prevent the suspect from escaping.
Shincho looks pretty flustered. What exactly is going on here?
I bet it has something to do with his signature.
Though it's most embarrassing, it appears quite a few people are aware of the situation now. There's no use keeping it a secret. In the end, I'm the one responsible for this whole predicament.
No, Genyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. Everyone, please let me explain.
Alright, go
At
ahead.
the Irodori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the authors. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yae publishing house, but Lady Yae also gave me a lot of support. However, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance. As a result, it caused a great deal of trouble for Genyu.
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not my strong point, so signing events are really not my forte.
Okay.
Even though such an event will be difficult for Genyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution. So these past few days, Genyu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly enough.
This is all for a book signing?
The idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Genyu could use these few days to sign them all. I thought everything would work out without a hitch,
That's all that it was?
Immediately realized that the books were missing
Are
from the
you
warehouse.
serious? For a freaking book signing, dude. Oh, well. Appreciate the sub, Foxy. What in the world? I forget that I have those notifications on, but yeah, shout out to you if you see this, but yeah, I'm so done, yeah, so it's okay.
To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Genyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a
I mean, I
huge
could see
mess.
how it'd be a big misunderstanding, yeah, all makes sense now.
All of this happened because I wanted to prove myself through this event.
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know of my unsightly handwriting. Also, I knew that Onodera
Get that kindergartner
had been misled by one of my
handwriting
prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yai Publishing House had requested autographs of authors so that they could be put on display. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish and elegant signature for the event.
So basically you're embarrassed because you don't have good handwriting. Well, I feel you on that one. Always been that way.
But looking back on it
Jeez.
now, I had dug
Always been
myself
that
into
way,
a
dude.
hole by delivering that nice signature for the sake of my pride.
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little. The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding. Besides, everyone has something they do not wish others to see.
That's very true, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah, that's right.
Venti
All that
spitting
matters
knowledge.
is that Shincho and his books are okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Onodera, I think
people
you
like
should
the books.
explain
It's
the
okay if you
truth
don't have good
regarding the stolen
handwriting.
books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well. Let's tag along.
Okay, well. That situation got resolved pretty easily, didn't it? So Singchul was just very insecure about their own handwriting. I mean, it's a very realistic thing that would happen, honestly. You have all these fancy authors and stuff, and they have, like, really elegant-looking handwriting. And then yours just looks like a bunch of chicken scratch, so yeah. I get it. Was I expecting this? Hell no, I genuinely wasn't expecting this to be what was really going on, but hey. It is realistic.
Onodera, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be on leave these few days?
Shush, mustache. Onodera explains the situation to the editors.
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, but why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be
He wanted to try to
helping
take
each
care
other
of it
in tough
himself, huh?
situations like this.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Genyu with his signatures. How is your progress so far?
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signatures.
Dang.
Oh, no wonder Shincho looked so sleepy today.
Doing all them book signings.
I
Sheesh.
understand. Murata, go back to the Yai Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Genyu's emergency calligraphy lessons.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher. Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue arrived today. We've worked with them before, so I'll go and ask them to help out too.
It seems I'm really in for it now.
Yeah, have
No
fun,
need to worry,
Singcho.
Genyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't
Yeah,
you
just
finish the
believe.
last chapter of your novel in just 1 week's time?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy are 2 entirely different skills.
Even though Singcho still has to deal with his handwriting issue, Paimon somehow feels a little relieved now.
Yeah, same. Thought the situation was going to be way more, like
I always used to prefer working
dangerous.
alone in my workshop.
But it's not.
I've come to realize that solving problems with others also has its merits.
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Huh? You mean whoever left behind those stories about the 5 Kasen?
Pardon me, but what are you talking about?
Oh, right.
About that, yeah.
Singcho yet.
We explained everything that's happened in the last few days to Singcho.
I see. It appears that Onodera and I were spotted when we were moving the books. Albedo, may I ask you one thing? are you able to include me in a portrait as well?
Can you paint me like one of your French girls? That's what I thought of immediately.
Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that I'll remember this lesson.
For sure. For sure.
No problem. Considering the similarities between the portrait and the events that have taken place, your proposal is very reasonable.
Alright.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito. I think I like it. It turned out good though.
Really is something. He finished the portrait of Aoi no Okina in no time at all.
Man's got talent, yeah.
Wonder how Shincho's calligraphy training is going at Uyu Restaurant. Hey, do you think whoever left those stories for us could be hiding somewhere nearby?
I mean, it's a possibility, sure.
Oh, hello? Mr. Storywriter? Are you here? Could you please help Shincho with something? He's a friend of ours, and the release of his new book is super important.
It is dead as hell out here. Huh?
What's that sound?
Excuse me? Is that Pardophilus from Honkai Impact 3rd?
Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that easily.
Obviously.
It's getting late now. But let's go back and get some rest. We still have to go to the docks and wait for another ship tomorrow morning.
Who was that? We'll have to wait and see. And then from there, we'll have to check out that next mission later and see what's going on. But yeah, there it is. Another portrait done. We still have some more to go, as you can see. So that's going to be very interesting as we continue this event. I like it though, like I said, it's a very laid-back event, you know? Very, very harmless, honestly. And it's just cool to see characters that have never interacted with each other, like, interact for the first time. So it's pretty nice, pretty nice. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, you know, trying to hit that 4K subscribers this month. Join our Discord server. Our community hangs out there. It's completely free to join in the description box below this video. You know, you're able to stay up to date with the community and the schedule that we have. You know, the games are going to be streaming, playing, whatever the case is. And if you'd like to become a member, get some emotes on the channel, help support us, you could click the join button on the channel, or in the description box below, the link to become a member is there also. And it helps us get to the next goal, which is doing like a mukbang video for Korean snacks and stuff. So other than that, appreciate y'all for watching, stay safe, love y'all, and as I always say, don't do crack.
Be sure to subscribe to the Special K Experience if you enjoyed this video. If not, you're going to Femboy IHOP.